country music superstar Carrie Underwood just scored a jaw-dropping legal victory, a billion-dollar win against one of daytime TV's most controversial shows, The View. And the fallout? It's been absolutely explosive. This courtroom clash didn't just spotlight the cracks in Hollywood's media machine, it blew them wide open. It all started with one performance that instantly put Underwood in the media's crosshairs. After singing at Donald Trump's second inauguration, she found herself under fire from The View's most outspoken hosts, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Hostin. But instead of backing down, Carrie came out swinging. She filed a powerful lawsuit that pulled back the curtain on how the media really treats public figures, and what she exposed shocked everyone. Now ABC and The View are scrambling, knee-deep in damage control with a staggering $1 billion on the line, and a verdict that could change the future of television forever. So how did Carrie Underwood turn the tables and make history? Let's break it all down.
The superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are.
What started as a simple patriotic performance suddenly spiraled into a full-blown media firestorm. In a move that shocked some and outraged others, Carrie Underwood took the stage at Donald Trump's second inauguration, performing America, the beautiful for a nation deeply divided. Some praised her for staying true to her roots and avoiding politics in her music. But for others, it felt like a bold endorsement of Trump's administration. The backlash came fast, but what followed was even more brutal. The very next day, The View went on the offensive. Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Hostin led the charge, calling out Carrie's performance as more than just music. They labeled it a political statement, but their criticism didn't stop there. It got personal. They mocked her intelligence, questioned her values, and even claimed she had wrecked her career for good. Their comments weren't just harsh, they were predictive. The hosts boldly stated that both Nashville and Hollywood would shut her out, that fans would abandon her, and that she had made an unforgivable mistake. In mere minutes, a patriotic moment was twisted into scandal, and Carrie was at the center of it all. At first, she stayed quiet, but behind the scenes, she was feeling the heat. Sponsors grew hesitant, industry insiders started whispering, and the media echoed The View's narrative, painting her as divisive. What should have been just another performance had suddenly become a career-defining controversy, one that nearly ended it all. But Carrie didn't fade away. She made a choice that would change everything. She fought back.
Here is The View link weighing in. I know you were waiting to hear what Whoopi Goldberg had to say, and I have it for you. Take a listen.
I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every...
Carrie Underwood's silence wasn't surrender. It was strategy. While the hosts of The View ramped up their relentless public shaming, Carrie stayed quiet and watched as the entertainment industry began to shift around her. Radio stations hesitated to play her songs. Brands that once celebrated her began to pull away. Music execs questioned if she'd become too controversial for mainstream appeal. The narrative pushed by The View was spreading like wildfire. And the damage to Carrie's career looked very real. But this wasn't just about one artist anymore. It had evolved into a much bigger conversation about media power, political bias, and the dark side of cancel culture. Fans were split. Some stood by her, loyal as ever. Others distanced themselves. Meanwhile, insiders began questioning whether talk shows like The View had too much control over public opinion. Was this just harsh political commentary? Or was it a calculated takedown, a media ambush designed to destroy someone's reputation for the sake of ratings? Then came the bombshell. Leaked internal emails from ABC execs, uncovered during the lawsuit, revealed something explosive. Higher-ups had allegedly encouraged the smear campaign against Carrie, not in the name of journalism, but in the name of engagement. According to the lawsuit, The View's producers knew exactly what they were doing. Targeting a high-profile, conservative-leaning artist, it was guaranteed to go viral, spark outrage, and boost ratings. And it worked, until it backfired. As the truth came out, the conversation flipped. No longer about Carrie's mistake. Now all eyes were on The View. Industry insiders, legal experts, even rival talk shows began asking the hard questions. How much power should a network have in deciding who gets canceled? And who gets a pass? What began as a takedown of Carrie Underwood had become a crisis of credibility for ABC and The View. And while the media storm intensified, Carrie was quietly preparing her next move, one that no one saw coming.
Personally hope we're moving beyond the era of politics where we want to cancel people's livelihoods because we don't like their politics. And whether it was the Dixie Chicks for criticizing George Bush, didn't agree with it then, and Carrie Underwood, if you have a problem, you register your complaint by not downloading her songs and not going to her shows.
Right.
But I also think from a business standpoint, it's not a bad decision for Carrie Underwood. 75 million people voted for Trump. Artists tend to skew left.
As the media storm around Carrie Underwood intensified, it became clear this wasn't just a celebrity spat. This was a battle over who controls the narrative and how far the media will go to shape it. What started as slow-building backlash inside the industry exploded into a full-on legal showdown, one that would leave a permanent mark on entertainment and media. Carrie Underwood had reached her breaking point. After months of silence, she made her move, not just to protect her name, but to defend the very industry she'd spent years building. She filed a defamation lawsuit against The View, calling out both the hosts and the network for launching a coordinated smear campaign against her. But this case wasn't just about personal redemption. It was a direct challenge to cancel culture and the media's manipulation of public perception. In the lawsuit, Carrie accused the hosts of spreading false, malicious claims that deeply harmed her reputation and career. But as the case unfolded, it quickly grew into something much bigger. Her legal team uncovered shocking evidence, a deliberate plan by producers, and network execs to weaponize the controversy, all for profit. Internal emails and memos revealed that ABC higher-ups had greenlit the public shaming to spike ratings and stir outrage. And as more details surfaced, the revelations only got wilder. Insiders came forward, testifying that Underwood had been deliberately targeted, her image twisted to push a political narrative that prioritized division over truth. What once looked like a celebrity controversy had become a national flashpoint, igniting debate over media bias, integrity, and the unchecked power of major networks. With each new twist, the pressure on ABC and The View grew. What began as a feud between a singer and a talk show had now become a full-blown crisis, challenging the credibility of one of television's biggest platforms. Carrie's lawsuit wasn't just about clearing her name anymore. It became a symbol of resistance against toxic media power plays. She wasn't just fighting for her career. She was rewriting the rules of the game, and with every win in court, one thing became crystal clear. She wasn't backing down. So what's your take on all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story hit home, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates.